Hello everyone, and welcome to Yeti Campus Conversations, the weekly podcast where we bring you the latest news, stories, and creative highlights from our school community. I'm Leo.
I'm Jackson.
And we'll be your hosts for today's episode.
First up, let's catch up on some important announcements this week. There's the dance coming up on the 7th at the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame. It starts at 7, ends at 10.
Now we have a few special guests joining us today.
Hi, I'm Miss Rhiannon.
I'm Miss Stacy.
Who are the student support coaches. We'll be chatting about what they do for the school. Welcome. Let's start with the first question. What do you do for the school?
We do a little bit of everything. At the beginning of the year, we focus mainly on setting up computers for students. But as the year progresses, we do a lot of all the things. We help with testing. We help get kids to class when they're not going. Yeah, just a little bit of everything. Right, Miss Stacy?
Yeah, we also go into classrooms and help students when they need help with their classwork. We also do some spreadsheets to monitor student grades.
Why is our school unique?
I think our school is unique because we aren't a regular brick and mortar school. We do a lot of online work. When there's snow days, we don't have to worry about that because kids could always work at home, so we will never run out.
We also have a HPP program, which is a high performance program for student athletes who are allowed to, if they have a tournament, they can come in late when they get back from the tournament. There's a little bit of forgiveness as far as turning in homework by certain due dates. With the HPP program, they have the support of the school. Sometimes the teachers will go to their games. It's just a support on a different level, on a higher level.
I also wanted to add that there's a lot of flexibility with our school, whereas there might not be as much with other schools.
And what do you like about this school?
Everything, really. I think it's not for everyone, but when it is for you, it's the perfect fit. I love the culture of our school. I love our students. I love the staff. Like, everything is just perfect for me.
It feels like a safe school in all aspects as far as, there's not a lot of fighting here. There's always drama, but it's definitely a smaller school, so it's on a smaller scale. Teachers are always accessible, even on the days you're not in school, which is also a nice thing about the school is you're not here 5 days a week. For middle school, it's 2.5 days, and for high school, it's just 2 days a week.
And for our final question, how do you impact the students?
I feel like I impact students by building relationships with them and getting to know them on a personal level, not just as students, but what they do outside of school, what's their interest and things like that. And a lot of times they don't feel heard, so having an adult to actually listen and be there for them is influential, I hope.
Yeah, just to piggyback on Rhiannon's comment, I feel like we get to know them outside of school. We take interest in, if it's sports, dance, what other activities they do outside of school. They like to share their successes with us outside of school. And I feel like since we're not teachers, they can kind of come to us and share a lot of information with us. We're a safe place for them.
Thank you both for coming and joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Hello, I'm Zion, and I have a special guest today, Angel. It's great to meet you.
Yeah.
Great to see you again.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about culinary classes, right?
Yep.
So, for your culinary class, how does that work? What do you do in it?
The culinary class works most of the time we are in class, and they teach us the vocabulary words that they use in the culinary world and culinary math. But sometimes we do go into the actual kitchen for our world cuisines, and they teach us how to make a certain food from across the world, and then we get to make it ourselves.
That's really cool. I love when classes have stuff that are like regular schoolwork, and then they bring in special things that make it pop.
Yeah, definitely.
So I know that it's a different program and a different school that you go to for culinary. How does Spring Studios and PPEC help you with that?
Spring Studios and PPEC help us with that by providing transportation from the school to Patriot, where they host the culinary class. They provide a bus to and from the class.
I love that. It gives you so many more opportunities.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's so helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any other thoughts for people that are listening in?
I don't think so.
Thank you for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
That concludes the Career Corner for this week's podcast. We will now move into the next section. Now we have a special guest joining us today. His name is Christian, who is a hockey player from Denmark. We'll be chatting about hockey today. Welcome, Christian.
Thank you.
Let's get started with the first question.
Yep.
What are the biggest cultural differences you've noticed between Denmark and the United States?
I would say the people, their personality and their size, because I feel like food over here is like fast food, especially. There's not really restaurants. It's mostly like, restaurants are more like nice food, like pasta and but
Right. So it's like a occasion to go to a restaurant. It's not something that you do.
no.
daily.
You go to like fast food places almost.
I wouldn't count
day.
those as restaurants. Those are like
No, I can't call those
slop
restaurants.
houses.
Yeah, it's like fast food.
The
It's
food in there is kinda crap.
burger,
Yeah.
fries. I just don't get why that's so popular
Do you prefer the cuisine here or in Denmark?
in Denmark. 100%. Yeah.
What's your favorite dish from Denmark?
Tomato soup.
Tomato soup. Do you guys have grilled cheese over there?
Yeah.
Grilled cheese? Grilled cheese
but
and
it's not
tomato
really
soup?
a big thing as it is over here.
No?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 2. How has the school provided you with time and resources to play hockey weekly?
I would probably say the morning practices where I can go to the gym in the morning or go for a run. I got time for that before I go do online school.
Right.
So I like that.
So it's helpful to have those 3 days a week where you're not at school. and you can-
100%. So I
Right.
can focus more on hockey and like getting my cardio better and just get better at the sport.
Nice.
Yeah, 100%. For
Question 3. What got you interested in the sport and how long have you been playing?
So I've been playing for 4 years now, and it actually like started very weird. I started like skating with one of my friends just for fun, because we got like a public ice ring where you can go in the winter, and we did that, and I just feel like that was so fun. Then I went with my family, and I asked my mom if there was like a sport for like ice skating.
Right.
And I didn't even know about hockey like really then, because it's not very a big thing in Denmark. But then she said there was hockey, and I was like, okay, can I like try it? And she was like, yeah, because there's like hockey schools where you can learn how to skate and about the sport too. So I did that, and I just liked it, got better and better and better, and got on a team, and yeah, just started like that. Yeah.
Nice. Do you plan on playing professionally?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah?
I am.
You want to like take this to the big leagues?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
Don't want to get an office job?
No, thank
I
you.
don't blame you, bro.
No.
Office jobs have got to suck. I
Yep.
can't imagine sitting at a desk all day.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I could never. But if I should choose a team, I would probably do Avalanche. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, 100%. They're
Colorado forever,
yeah.
man.
I just like how they play hockey. They're just respectful. Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a big thing in the sport, respect?
100%. Yeah, I don't like.
Even with all the tackling going on?
Yeah, but that's.
I've seen
that's
clips
the
of
point
hockey.
the
It's a
sport.
very violent sport.
100 yeah, it is. But I just think that's like the sport. Like it has to be physical.
Right.
And, yeah.
Of course. Well, thank you for coming on today. Do you have any closing notes for our audience?
Nope.
No. All right. Well, enjoy.
Thank you.
I will talk to you later.
Yep.
Now it's time for a creative corner. This week, we're excited to share a poem about birds.
Black wings and wailing cries desperately call and search the skies. A fallen companion with quieted calls. To the ground its frayed feathered body falls. Down below the sky, frantic eyes seek to convey a broken message never to meet its counterpart's eye. A deafening snap muted by the forest's voice. A shy silence emboldened by nature's choice. But time eats and the fungus and maggots grow. The dark feathers and flesh sink down below. The darkness of the earth engulfs, and persistent forgetfulness wolfs. So the lonely creature soars on, fearless and ignorant to the consuming mess. But behind those empty black eyes, a smaller hunger grows and multiplies. The feathered beast is forced to decline, down to where it cannot reach the sun's shine. Worms twist and turn beneath the decay, as sharp beak stabs for what might hide in the gray. Feathers, flesh, and bones do what killed before. But the creature doesn't notice, it doesn't mind the gore. With every bite a life is ended. As the day grows cold, brother finds what once defended. A pale monument stands buried, a grotesque reminder of what miscarried. The beast stands and stares at empty bone, as a whisper of something once known. Beacons from a faded, rotten corner. An urge to call a forgotten mourner grows within the fearful creature. And with one final cry of a preacher, the fallen's memory will at last die, as a living flees to the sky.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Leo. That was, honestly, lack of better words, bars.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that was beautiful.
Now, with Creative Corner finished, we're going to move into our patriotic segment of Yeti Campus Conversations with Joshua Pace.
Good day, Americans. This is Joshua Pace here to bring you some more of the spirit of America. Isn't it such a fine day to be an American? A fine day to remember who we all are and where we came from. The year was 1776 when our spectacular nation drew its first breath. Picture it, my fellow Americans. A cold wind blowing over the even colder Delaware River. A Christmas night. General George Washington leading a wary band of misfits and patriots through the darkness to make the vital strike against their enemy's tyranny. They were outgunned and outnumbered, but they never faltered in the face of the intimidating and overwhelming enemy. That, my friends, is the spirit of America. It was at that time that Thomas Paine wrote these immortal words: "The harder the conflict, the more glorious the triumph." These words remind us of the struggle that our forefathers went through in order to bring us freedom, security, and peace. So as you walk in the hallways, just remember that those who came before you and the liberty you enjoy was paid for by their courage. This has been Joshua, reminding you, be proud, be thankful, and be American.
That wraps up this week of the Yeti Campus Conversations. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us on YouTube and Podbean, and send us your ideas for future episodes. I'm Jackson.
And I'm Leo.
And we'll see you next time.